What is going on, everybody? We are back for some more Saturday Night Rocket League. We have Week 5 coming your way. It should be a good night overall. Unfortunately, our first match here is going to be a forfeit, so we're actually not streaming the Kiwis versus the Vikings. The Vikings had to forfeit this matchup because Vikings bad. Chipmunk, you can defend your honor here, but Chipmunk bad GM apparently. So
Or they all couldn't make it. What else to do?
SMH. Chipmunk bad, but the Vikings couldn't make it, so unfortunately they're dropping to 4-6. Kiwis improved to 3-7 and actually take the lead in the Novice League. I believe that's the Atlantic Conference, so we're actually going to be talking about that. So in lieu of? I don't remember what that word is. Instead of doing that matchup, we're going to have a weekend review, an impromptu weekend review with me, Chipmunk, and C Money. So yeah, what's going on, guys?
I'm in free play because I got to cast the next game. So
warming up your brain.
Yeah, dude. I'm trying to figure out what this circular object's called in the field.
That is a good question. A question that may never be solved. But
like, is it an actual soccer ball?
I don't know. Anyways, a huge shout out to Goff for the 3 months. Thank you, Goff. We're actually going to see Goff later tonight on stream, hopefully. So Goff better do some good things. So yeah, this will be like a live week interview. Hopefully, you can interact with the chat a little bit more. Maybe you guys can chime in that way too. But yeah, we'll see Goff at 9:30. Gravity versus Nebula. We should see him on the field. So thank you, Goff. Much appreciated for the 3 month. Shout out, Goff.
I mean, if we have chat involved, this might be our best week in review yet. Our statistics won't just be random guesses that we pulled off the internet.
That's true. That is true. The quickest 3-0 of the season. I agree. The quickest 3-0 on stream we've ever seen. So yeah. So I guess we'll get right into it. We're gonna start with Novice League here. And yeah, we're just gonna kind of go through each one of the leagues, kind of like a normal week interview, and we got a couple of cool things to talk about at the end. Such as the charity stream, all-star voting. And yeah, we'll try to interact with the chat, I think, as well as we're going. So if you guys have some points to add on top of each of the league, definitely toss them in chat. We'll try to talk with you guys here. So yeah, let's get to it. So C Money, the resident novice in the chat.
Alrighty then. Not the resident novice, but my boys
Close.
On the Whelps out here be destroying it. They're tied in 9-1 with acceleration, being they had to forfeit to acceleration in week 1, game 1. But it's okay. We don't talk about it. We just stay salty for life. Following them up, middle of the pack out here, above the average though, because they got that playoffs, is Genesis, Wisps, and Pawns. Some pretty good things, my boy, not Kairos out here on Genesis, went back to Rocker, man. Don't know why anyone would go back, but he did. And then
they got to come back. My boy Kairos, he came back. He knew what needed to be done, and they're looking pretty good. I'm actually kind of liking how they're looking. We lost to the Whelps though. That was something that did happen. We lost to the Whelps, but actually, funny story is our top MMR player Mace. He was supposed to be playing, and yeah, apparently his dad told him to go do some yard work. So yeah, he just had to go do some yard work instead of doing his game. So yeah, we didn't have Mace, but I think if we do have Mace, the Whelps, they might have to watch out. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it might be a 3-5 instead of a 3-1.
3-5?
Yeah, 3-2. I can't count.
3-5. Oh my!
Yeah.
See, Money's brain is gone, dude. What is that? I don't even know what that's a best of. Goodness.
9, maybe.
Best of 9, yeah. Best of 9. See Money's small brain, I guess. Apparently.
I play best of 9s in Nemesis, so if you guys ever battle me, be prepared for a long night. All right. Apparently Novice is so evenly distributed in wins and losses out here that all of Novice is battling for playoffs still. So everybody still has a chance out here. Novice team just likes to hand out playoff positions, I guess, or fight for them instead of just handing them out.
I will say, I think actually pretty much every league, I don't think there's anyone that's eliminated from playoff contention yet. So I think everyone's still in it. We can have someone that clinches tonight.
Are these 0-10 teams limited at all?
I don't believe so. I think the one 0-10 team, Distortion, I think they can get back in still. Wait, maybe
there's 2.
Yeah, they definitely can still get back in. There's 6 games left and they're 5 games back of Hydra, so it's still possible. If you're a Distortion fan, 0-10, the comeback. The comeback season.
Blizzard is 7 games back from.
Blizzard is 7 games back from Bananas,
0-2.
but they can also. But you have to look at the wild card. That's what the magic number is based off of. So Blizzard, we'll talk about them more later. But yeah, Blizzard 0-10. They're only 3 games back of that wild card position right there. So they could make it still too, and there's 6 games left. So a lot of time for teams to clinch. So a lot of time. It is interesting.
And then being that it's such a battle this season. Oh wow, what did I just do? Where's my Control Z? I'm messing up the sheets. Ignite and Kiwi are both 3-7, and they're battling for the division lead. That's just terrible division right there.
It's the NFC East of Nemesis, the Atlantic Division, the Novice League Atlantic Division. Yeah, Ignite and Kiwis are tied at 3-7, but Kiwis actually, with their forfeit win tonight, they actually own the tiebreaker over Ignite based on their 3-1 win in Game 2 of the season. So yeah, these guys are sitting out here. 3-7, 3-7, and 2-8. Oh, and also, by the way, our poll, I won 5-1. So Rockerman's taking this matchup apparently.
Why is the poll already over? Why did?
Oh, I put it on for 5 minutes.
That's not long enough. You gotta let it warm up. That's the warm up period. You should set it for 5 minutes from now.
5 minutes from now? Okay, I'll redo the poll. Don't worry, C-Money.
All right. On that note, let's go to chat. Let's see if chat has some juicy novice things. Yeah, well, you guys think of something else to say because I read all the points and I don't know much about novice.
Could look at the playoff picture.
Oh, Air here. Novice irrelevant. Go to prospects. I like that, Air. That's good.
Yeah, that's honestly a decent idea at this point.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can look at the playoff picture at least.
The playoff picture?
Yeah, the playoff picture? I know Sean doesn't have it up ready to go, but we can talk about it at least.
The playoff picture is going to be Whelps versus Acceleration, if that were possible, in the grand finals. And that's going to be about the only battle at this point. Cardboard Box is best novice player, says Liquid Skies.
Interesting.
I would semi-agree. I think Trent might be better. Mechanically, at least.
So, on the playoff picture,
Cardboard's better all around.
It has Ignite at number 7. Would that be the Kiwis?
Let's see. What is Aurora sitting at? Then they have to do more tiebreakers. Kiwis take the division lead. Aurora is also 3-7. Have Aurora and Kiwis played? We'll check. We'll figure it out right now. Figure it out live.
Figure that out.
Aurora does have the tiebreaker, so Aurora would go to 7, and then the Kiwis would be at 8. So, at the moment,
as a division lead, they'd be at 8. So I was right.
Yes, the division lead could be at 8. The 8 seed.
Whelps 4-3 Acceleration in a scrim recently. Interesting.
That's close though. That's close though for the top 2 seeds. Yeah, Acceleration 1, Whelps sitting at 2 right now. It's spicy. They do have another matchup coming on later in the season, so that could be. I don't know when that is. Is it the second last game of the season?
I'd say that's spicy.
It's the last game. But... It's the last game of the season they play each other. Now that's some mega spice right there. That could decide the division and essentially the number 1 seed if they all went out. And that would be interesting.
For those of you in chat, can we please get C Money voted for in the poll here?
Nope. Oh, please go to chat.
I'm tied with Rockerman right now.
Dude, I think C Money, he wanted a recount. This isn't the presidential election. You don't get a recount here. Sorry, C Money. But we put it up anyways. We'll see what happens. So
C Money taking the lead.
He's taking the lead. We need to get some votes back on here.
If Austin wins, gonna be thoroughly mad because me and C Money have our teams with the best 2 records. Just saying.
Oh, somebody voted for Rockerman, but then 2 more people came in and voted for C Money. This is clutch.
This is the poll we all need to watch. We'll come back to that. I think we got to move on to prospect.
Now, I'm down to move on to some prospect because it's been a spicy week.
Let's move on to prospect. I guess C Money, our resident novice expert, will take prospect as well.
Oh gosh. So, thanks, Mike. C Money 2020. I like that. Or Damon, since y'all don't know who that is. That's an IRL buddy. But anyways, so resident prospects. Pretty spicy week. So Melons, undefeated, take their first loss to the Vipers out here. Ember picked up someone pretty cracked. At least I think they picked him up. I was kind of pissed off when we lost that match, so I didn't look. Pretty sure they picked them up pretty recently, and they came out firing on all 4 cylinders. I'm pretty sure they went 9 for 7 shooting on the last game. It
9
was
for 7.
yeah, yep.
Oh my!
I literally mean that they literally had shots going in, they didn't even shoot. It was kind of crazy.
Wait, how did they go
Oh
9
my.
for 7?
Other team's own goal out here, I guess.
It seems like it. Hypernova took a good dub, and it puts the top 3 way up there, being Melons, Wyverns, Hypernova. Vipers are still fighting to be a top 3 player out here, as they did beat the Melons. But
I would
it's going
say
to be
it's more
hard
of a top
fought.
4 than a top 3, but you know. Just
Yeah,
saying.
but they got voted number 5 according to your week 4 out here, so.
That's week 4.
I do want to say the Vipers, they are listed at 4 in the current playoff picture. So sorry, Chipmunk.
Yeah, I'm saying it's top 4.
Okay, he's saying the Vipers. I mean, the Vipers did take down the best team in Prospect League.
That's why it's a top 4.
But they
gotta
did
give them
lose
some
to
credit.
Wyverns and Hypernova.
Yeah, but we took that number 1 team. It's a top 4.
See money. Who did the Wyverns lose to? Though that's the real question.
Melons, and we lost our first matchup to somebody.
Velocity, dude. What's Velocity doing out here? Velocity's 2-8. 2-8.
Yeah, their first 2 wins were the first 2 games of the season. They drop roster, and then they haven't won since. So I don't want to hear it. All right, if they would have stuck with that, Vipers would not even be talked about in the top 5. So they would, Velocity would be 4 and 5.
That's funny. That is funny.
that is a little bit funny. I will have to agree with Chipmunk here.
All right,
That's a
so
little bit
all
funny.
I'm saying is the top prospects molded and the middle minus Vipers, did normal.
Did normal.
And the bottom played All-Star Weekend early, okay?
They played All-Star Weekend early. Sat at home.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
Faded and Jaguars are rounding out the top 4 in the West, with me and my boys on the Wyverns out here being number 1 in our division, and Vipers being the other division leader, but their division's not as tough, so there's that.
I don't know, C-Money. You both have a 2-8 team.
Wait,
I would argue that their division's better. I mean, look at that: 7-3, 6-4, 2-8, and you have 7-3, 5-5, and then a 2-8. So I mean, if you look at the records, their division's more difficult. C-Money. I don't know. I don't know where you're on.
I don't know where C-Money's getting that info from.
You got some Wyverns bias out here. I can't be giving points to Chipmunk, dude. I can't be giving points to Chipmunk out here. But when you make something like that, I gotta side with Chipmunk.
I can't be giving points to Chipmunk either. That's why I'm saying things in open. People don't fact check me, so whatever. Get out of here.
You've been fact checked. It's over for C-Money.
All right. Well,
Get checked.
in the East, though, Origin, Ember, Banshees are all fighting for those last 2 playoff spots after Melons and Hypernova are high-flying number 1s in their respected divisions. At least I'm pretty sure, right?
Yep. That is correct. I'll agree. I'll give you that one. I'll agree with you there.
For a second there, I thought Hypernova and Melons just happened to be in the same division, but they're not.
No.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. So, we'll hand it off to the resident challenger, Rocker Man.
I was going to look at the playoff picture quick, but...
Oh, yeah, playoff picture. That's a thing.
We can look at the playoff picture real quick. Yeah, so like C-Money was saying, we kind of do have like a top 4 going. And actually, well, C-Money wasn't saying top 4. Chipmunk was saying top 4. But yeah, we got Melons sitting at number 1, Hypernova at 2, Wyverns at 3, Vipers at 4. So that's kind of where they're sitting at the moment. And then the Jaguars are kind of close behind, Faded, middle of the pack. And you got Origin, and then you got Ember. So they're all kind of hanging on. And like C-Money was saying with the East, it could be a little bit spicy out here. There's 3, 4, and 6 teams at the moment. Origin, Ember, and Banshees are all 4 and 6 in that East, fighting for those final 2 wildcard spots. So things could get a little bit spicy in the Prospect League East.
I see Aaron chat, Titan Irrelevant, go to RLCS. I feel like that's a good idea.
Damn.
You just think chat's full of good ideas today?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Whatever. That's a great idea.
All right, now that we've talked about some prospects, we're gonna go back to polls. C Money still in the lead, 6-4, with Chipmunk trailing at 1.
All I want to say is I'm 1-0 on the polls. We need some more Rockerman votes on the poll. Make sure you guys vote for Rockerman in the poll. Thank you, appreciate it.
C Money's willing to bribe hitting DMs.
Whoa! We're gonna have to hit a ban real quick. That's it. I'm typing up /ban right now. /ban permanently ban a user from chat.
Hey, I don't know why I'm last. All these points you hear right now for all these leagues are from me. All right, I set all of these up. They were all me.
Chipmunk did kind of write all this. I had a different idea, but Chipmunk said week in review time, so we're doing live.
What was your idea?
Time.
Wait. What was your idea?
My idea. We were going to talk a little bit about the matchup, and then we're just going to talk about the stuff that we're going to talk about at the end.
So. Oh, well, talking about things is boring. I was hoping your idea was kind of like just get some random people in here and do a 3v3. That was my idea, but
that is an idea. That is in fact an idea. So
challenger time.
That's a challenger time. Anyways, on the challenger now. I guess this is where I come in. I come into the challenger.
Maybe.
The challenger picture. Maybe.
You know what they say, put the challenged in challenger.
I don't think anyone says that, C-Money. I'm sorry.
I say that.
You say that?
Yeah.
Well, that's
that. Wait, who's putting the challenge in challenger?
2-1, so you are. Yeah.
Because I'm a challenge. Because I'm just different.
No,
you are.
Yeah, I get
it.
Because I'm good. Yeah. I'm good on the field. I'm a challenge to the opponents.
No.
I get it, guys. You don't have to say anymore. Say no more. Say no more.
Can I say more?
No. You can't say anymore. Anyways, Challenger League. What do we got in the Challenger League right now? Let's look at that. So taking a peek at the Challenger League, you guys can see the power rankings on the screen right there. Obviously, the Drakes still hanging on to their undefeated record at the moment. They're sitting at 9-0, and actually they can improve to 10-0 and actually clinch a playoff spot with a win tonight. They're played up next in our next matchup, and we'll obviously be talking about that a little bit more. But yeah, if they win, they can clinch a playoff spot. So that is pretty spicy right there. I do have to say. So
we'll see. Somebody won the poll.
Hey, don't worry. All right, let's get rid of that. I can report this poll. Let's report it. I demand a recount now. I won the first poll. C Money won the second one.
I took a screenshot of C Money winning the poll, and unless you have a screenshot of Rockerman winning the poll, I don't think anybody noticed. So.
Okay. All right. Well, all right then. Anyways, moving on. We got the Race taking down the Bishops. So yeah, that was an interesting matchup that happened this past week. Two of the top contending teams in the Challenger League, and actually this one went to a Game 5. So it was pretty close between the Race and the Bishop. There, where the Race squeaked out a Game 5 victory. So they improve as well. They're currently leading the Central Division at 9-1. They have a magic number of 2. So all they need is a win and then a loss from, I guess, any of the teams. There's a potential. Maybe I can talk about this a little more. But there's a potential. If the Drakes win tonight, there will be a 5-way tie for the second wildcard spot in the Eastern Division. The entire Eastern Division of the Challenger League will be tied if Flame loses tonight. Besides the Race, of course, we're sitting at 9-1. So things could get even more spicier in the Challenger League with that. But yeah, I couldn't tell you, Chipmunk. I mean, just numbers. Numbers.
It wouldn't be a 5-way tie if Ascension would just win games.
That's true. Ascension kind of does need to win some games. We did 3-0. We 3-0 on Wednesday though. We 3-0.
It was dissolved. Come on.
Yeah, I may struggle in some areas like counting, so it took me a while, but I did finally find Ascension way down there at number 8.
Whoa!
Way down there.
Actually, we're 7th right now. So.
Yeah, but you're number 8 on the power ranking, so.
Oh.
That's what everybody else sees.
They're putting some disrespect on our names. That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is that's bottom 25%.
Well,
you're just right outside of bottom. You're top 75. You're top 75%. How's that feel?
What the heck? All I know how to feel about that is that we're sitting in the 7th seed right now, so we're all right. We'll be good.
Imagine not being the 4th seed.
Imagine, dude.
Imagine not being the 2 seed or the 3 seed.
Sheed.
Just Sheed.
Dude, you're not the 2 seed, C Money.
I said 3.
Yeah, he said
himself.
3.
He corrected himself.
He did try to correct himself.
Dude,
That's fair.
when you've been playing the same game for 9 hours, your brain just kind of stops working when you need to do anything else.
Maybe here's a bold. I got a bold thing for you, C Money. Maybe just don't play the game for 9 hours straight.
Dude, alright, I lost 4 hours worth of work yesterday because the game crashed and there's no autosave feature, so I had to get those 4 hours back, so then I technically only played 5 hours today.
I don't think that's how that works.
Nah, that's how it works.
I think it just means you just played 9 more hours.
All right, let's wrap this up. I got some chicken tenders on the way.
Chicken tenders on the way. What the heck?
No, why do we gotta wrap this up? Me and
what are you gonna
Ryan
wrap
gotta
this up?
sit here for a whole nother match after this, so
Yeah, chipmunk. Who do you think you
Might
are,
as well-
buddy?
might as well cruise through this and have a good time with
Yeah.
everybody in chat.
With everybody in chat. That's true. My favorite chatter, Nightbot. Join our Discord. We host 5 3v3 leagues that play on Mondays and Wednesdays, bi-weekly Sunday tournaments, and more. So join in and check out the sign-up channel if you are interested.
I wonder who wrote that.
I wonder who wrote that. That's a good question.
Nightbot wrote it.
Nightbot wrote that. He's our biggest fan. He's our biggest fan. Shout out Nightbot. I'm sure he's got the most messages in this chat. I mean, 999 plus if you just click on his name. So Nightbot kind of OP. But anyways, back to the Challenger League. Yeah, so looking at the division leaders at the moment, we talked about the race. We talked about the Drakes. We did talk about the Bishops. They're still leading that Mountain division at the moment in a playoff spot. Magic number 3 for them. So they're looking pretty decent as well at the moment. And then Flame, who's also we're going to see next. They're holding on to their lead at the moment by a half game because they haven't played yet this week. So if they lose today, it'll be a 3-way tie, and my brain will have to calculate that 3-way tie and then a 4-way tie for another wild card spot. So that'll be fun. So maybe Flame can pull off the upset. That matchup's next. We talked about that, but that one's next. So that'll be interesting.
I have a feeling Flame's about to get flamed.
Flame's about to get flamed. I don't know, dude. Flame actually Flame though. They maybe they could. I don't know. We played against Flame recently, and well, actually it was Snowstorm and Tigers that were a lot better. Flame might struggle a little bit, but there's always a chance. They do have Chax on their team, who's kind of a mega carry. So
Yeah, I think
Check
we're being
is
realistic.
correct.
Drakes are probably gonna 3-0.
Mm.
So I'm just saying.
Oh, Biscuit, by the way, game 1 of the night, it's in the dark alley of Forfeit Land, which has plagued season 3 so far, so.
Oh, dude, all I'm saying is I'm pretty sure, well, technically there's been 3 forfeits on stream, but I just want to say 2 of them were from Chipmunk's org. So
Wait, what? When was the second on stream?
the
For
Vortex game where Eminem. You remember that one?
Oh, ever? Oh, I thought you were talking about this.
Yeah.
This
Ever. Yeah, ever.
Dude, one of my players' power went out. The other got banned mid-series. Like,
He got banned mid-series. And the only other one was the Ascension versus who was it? Who was the other people that forfeited? Orbit? Yeah, I think it was Orbit. Orbit forfeited.
oh,
Rest
that was
in
in
peace,
playoffs.
Orbit.
Right?
Yeah, that was in playoffs too. That was spicy. There's only been 3, and 2 of them were from Chipmunk. So
We actually we weren't peaking viewers, but we were really high on viewers. And
Oh, yeah, we
they
were up
forfeited.
yeah, it was getting real spicy. It got to like game 5. Weren't sure if Ascension was going to pull the dub or not because Orbit somehow was coming back, and then yeah.
Because they finally got rid of their 2 prospect players they had on the team.
Who?
What?
Orbit did. Orbit
Oh.
had 2 prospects on the team, and that's why it was a big debacle.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was yeah.
Prospect
They
players couldn't play.
They shouldn't be playing with the prospect players in playoffs. But yeah, anyways, we'll look quickly at the standings at the moment. Drake's still sitting at number 1, undefeated. As we said, if they win tonight in the next matchup versus Flame, they are going to clinch a playoff spot. It'll be the first team in all of Nemesis to clinch a playoff spot. So we'll see if that happens. 8:45. But then you have Race sitting at 2, Bishops at 3 we talked about, and Tigers are currently sitting at 4 at the moment at 5-5. And we talked about Flame. They're actually division leader, but they're sitting at 5 seed. So they're sitting there. Then Snowstorm 6, Ascension 7, and Venom is sitting at 8th. So that's kind of the playoff picture for Challenger. Beautiful.
Yes.
Drakes,
Drakes, dude.
Arrival. Oh, what?
I wanted to say something about the Drakes. Drakes have they've never been bad. Any of Nemesis.
History?
Yeah,
That's
Nemesis
true.
history.
I mean, they won last season.
Yeah, season 1.
They were the 4 seed in season 1, though.
Yeah, they got second though.
They did get second in the end. That is true.
If you're gonna flame them for being the 4 seed, then I have all rights to flame you for currently being the 7.
No, I'm just saying. Chipmunk said they were never bad. I don't know. 4 seed. Actually,
4
to be
seed's
fair
not
though, to be fair though, they were the 1 seed up until they played Bishops in that last Saturday Night Rocket League of season 1, and then they lost and went down to the 4 seed.
And that I think second to last week they lost to Vortex. So just saying.
Just saying. I throw it out there. Just saying. But yeah.
Just saying.
Oh well, a second place to a first place. What do they get after that? There's no 0 place. They can't go any higher.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Ice guys always finish last.
That's true.
Should have known that. Anyways, rival.
Anyways, we're getting too deep here. Time to go to Rival League. Chipmunk, what do you got for Rival League? Resident rival expert.
Well, we got Gravelords right now at number 1. They actually, at number 1, they only have an 8-2 record. I think all the other leagues have a number 1 team that has 1 or 0 losses. And in Rival, it's really close because Gravelords have 2 losses, but they're still number 1 right now. Actually, in these power rankings, Panthers shows them at number 1, but they end up losing this week to Whiteout.
They did. That was tough. That was tough. I heard Magma was telling me they kind of. I don't know. He was just confused on how they lost. So I don't know. Magma, dude. Rip the trucker hat.
Well, I heard that Knight is hard carry, so.
I also heard that.
Yeah, so I think Magma, he's confused, but I think he should be the one stepping it up.
Wow. Shots fired, dude. Shots fired right there. Magma, if you're out there, Chipmunk is firing some shots at you right now.
That is facts. And fighting for like the number 2 spot in Rival is Panthers, Kings, and Vortex. They're all at 7-3 right now. Panthers technically at number 2 with the tiebreaker between the 3 teams. But they're all in the Mountain Division at 7-3, just fighting for that number 1 spot right behind Gravelords.
Yeah, that division is crazy. That is crazy close. 7-3 teams, all with a magic number of 3 as well. So 3 wins or 3 losses by, I guess, Lightspeed or Distortion, or well, technically Lightspeed. 3 losses or 3 wins, and you guys they're all in. So that division is going to be interesting. I want to see. We got to see when those guys play next. When either of those teams play. I think it'll be at the very end of the season, though. Last couple of games.
Yeah, it will. I think, not mistaken, I think Vortex, we played Kings and Panthers in the last week.
Whoa, that's going to be good.
We played Panthers with Saturday Night Rocket League.
Okay, that's some good content right there. Let's go. See, Chipmunk, I got the content for the last Saturday Night Rocket League of the season. I'm just big brain. Planned it out just like I planned it. Easy.
Definitely. You definitely didn't expect Vortex to be bad, but
No. Dude, I knew it was Chipmunk comeback season, dude. I was planning for it. Come on now.
But in my opinion, the West is basically locked for playoff teams with those 3 teams and probably Hydra at number 4. Actually, there's a chance Lightspeed can come back there because Hydra, they've actually lost 5 in a row now.
Oh yeah, they started at 5-0, didn't they?
Yeah. Now they've lost 5 in a row.
Oof. That is tough. There was a lot of hype about Hydra at the beginning of the season, and then
they traded Carp.
And then they traded Carp, and then all of a sudden,
I wonder why. I wonder why they started losing.
just maybe a coincidence there.
Coincidence? I think not.
Oh yeah, they're still in position at the moment though. So if they've made some trades. I just traded with Liquid Skies. He got Proxy Lols from me. So we traded up. So he got a couple players. He made some roster moves. So maybe Hydra will be able to survive. Or I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Lightspeed though. They have Benji on the team. I know that for sure. Actually, I think Carp is on Lightspeed.
Is he still technically on Lightspeed?
I think he is.
I don't think he's played a single match.
Yeah, I have not seen Carp. I was checking the All-Star eligibility, which we'll talk about a little bit later, but yeah, I did not see him, so.
Yeah,
anyways.
And also in the Atlantic Division, all of those teams are also 6-4. So 2 divisions have 3-way ties.
in the rival league.
Yeah.
That was fun. It was fun calculating those ties. Not really. Not really. It wasn't too bad. But yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah, but this league this conference I would definitely say is locked up for playoffs, with Grave Lords definitely coming out of the Central Division, and those three teams in Atlantic probably gonna come out in the playoffs as well.
I don't know. Arrival's
Don't even
been on
say
the
it. I knew you were
Arrival's
gonna
been on
say
the
it as soon as I
comeback.
said it.
Wait, we won our last 2 games and we closed the gap to only 2 games for that final spot. So I think it'd be a lot closer than what you might think. So
Yeah, okay.
that's all I'm saying. Hey, all it takes, we have to play. Arrival has to play those 3 other teams, so they kind of control their own destiny in making the playoffs. In my opinion,
Sure.
if they can win some of those games, make it closer. They could pull out the wild card. I think the division's more. It's likely out of reach, but I think Arrival can pull back a playoff spot. So
I have not. So I've played Blaze and Pineapples. I think between those two teams, Blaze is definitely the better team right now. But I've not played Whiteout yet, so I would say, from my experience, Blaze is number 1 in the Atlantic. But I've not played Whiteout, so not sure.
we'll have to see. They'll all be playing each other eventually as well. So things will only get spicier in the rival league, at least. But yeah.
And playoff picture, got Brave Lords number 1, Panthers number 2, Kings number 3, Vortex number 4. All 3 of those teams are 7-3. And number 5, Whiteout. Number 6, Pineapples. Number 7, Blaze. All those teams are 6-4. And Hydra rounding out at number 8 with their 5-5 record.
Yeah, so they're still hanging on. They're hanging on for dear life at the end there. So fair enough. But yeah, I think we got to move on to Titan League so we can get to our last couple topics before our 8:45 match. So yeah, we'll go to the Titan League. And then I don't know if C Money's still here. He's just been quiet.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter.
He's on Twitter. Gosh, C Money's like, I've done my work.
Yeah, you said rival, and I said, all right, time for my nap.
Time to go. I'm
C not a rival expert or a Titan expert by any means. So, anyways, let's get on the Titan here then. So yeah, currently, if we take a look at the Titan League, Titan League I think is going to be one of the most interesting races to close out the season, in my opinion. Rival League will be good with all those teams that are really tied, but there's also some really close stuff going on in the Titan League. Looking at the Western Conference, every team is above 5-5 except for Gravity, who plays tonight, which they can get to 5-5, and that would just be super spicy because you have Venganza at 6-4, Lions at 5-5, Dragons at 6-4, Disillusion at 5-5, and then you'd have Gravity at 5-5, which would just completely be crazy in that division in the fight for the first and second wildcard spots, and even the Pacific division there with Dragons, Disillusion, and Gravity. But in Mountain, Grandmasters, they're still looking good. They survived without foam. Somehow they took down the Reapers. I don't know how they did it, but they somehow took down the Reapers on stream.
Reapers just threw hard. Not gonna lie, they threw that series so hard.
The Reapers did kind of throw that, and the Grandmasters, they could have taken their second loss, but instead they improved to 9-1. So that means they're holding on to the 1 seed. And on the other side of that, it actually would have been very interesting to see. I would have to do some tiebreakers because these 2 teams haven't played yet. But Pinnacle, they're sitting at 8-2 right now. They have a magic number of 2 at the moment as well. So they can clinch playoffs next week with a win and then a loss by either. It looks like either Nebula, Reapers, or Inferno. They can clinch with a win and a loss from one of those teams. So Pinnacle could be clinching. Grandmasters, their number is still at 3, despite having a better record because of how close that division is, or how close that entire conference is. So they can't clinch quite yet. But Pinnacle could clinch. On the other division, that was the Central Division. They can clinch. Pinnacle leading the Central Division, and then the Atlantic. Bananas, they're 7-3, magic number of 3 as well. They're also have Inferno there, and Blizzard 0-10. They're still eligible to make the playoffs. That is the crazy part about this 8-team playoff system is that Blizzard 0-10. They could technically still make it. There are 6 games left. Yeah, Chipmunk, if they win out, that's all I'm saying. They could win out and get there at 6-10. Honestly, with the way Inferno, Nebula, and Reapers have been playing, I mean Nebula picked up L's though. So
I think Nebula and Reapers are probably going to be.
Yeah, I mean Inferno. I don't know. Yeah, maybe Inferno. But yeah, Nebula definitely has a good chance. And then it's all between Inferno and Reapers, maybe. I mean, but Blizzard, they could sneak in. That's all I'm saying, Chipmunk. It's possible. It's
We're
possible.
gonna see the
Not
night
likely.
between Nebula and Inferno, or not Inferno,
Or Gravity.
Gravity.
Yeah, that'll be a good matchup to see. Yeah, we'll actually get to see Els, I think, if he's there. Els on stream. He's making his return for season 3 here, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, Nebula taking on Gravity. That's the nightcap, 9:30 for the night. So that'll be interesting. Like I said, Gravity trying to get to 5-5 and stay in that race for the final playoff spot, and then Nebula, they're also trying to get a win and stay, one game up on Inferno and Reapers. So that'll be a good one at 9:30 to watch for. And then taking a quick look at the playoff picture for this, kind of already touched on a couple of these teams, but Grandmasters holding down the 1 seed, Pinnacle 8-2, right behind them, 1 game back at the 2 seed, and then this is where things get really close here after the Bananas at 7-3. Then you have Dragons, Venganza, Disillusion, all of those teams from the Western Conference, super, super close there between 4, 5, and 6. So that is going to be, like I said, interesting to watch for sure as the Titan League Western Conference. And then Nebula at 7, Inferno sitting at 8 at the moment. So that's kind of the playoff picture there. So yeah, Chipmunk, any more thoughts on that, or C Money even have any thoughts on that?
I was looking at the standings to make this kind of script type thing that we have here. I literally just now realized Pinnacle was a good team. So
you just realized.
I saw they're 8-2. I'm like, oh, all right.
Well, I had to go check the Rockerman Discord because it's kind of cool that he actually does this. Puts his most winning team's logo as his Discord logo. It is Pinnacle, so it is his best team.
That is Pinnacle. Yeah, Pinnacle 8-2 right now. They're kind of a sleeper. They have had a couple of forfeits at the beginning of the season, but ever since kind of the middle of the season, they're still taking down some pretty decent teams. So I know they took down Dragons, they took down Disillusion, who's now fighting in there. Yeah, I mean, recently they took down Lions, I believe, as well. So they've been taking down some good teams as of recent. And actually, we have the Grand Masters on Monday. So that's gonna be really spicy. Actually,
yeah.
We play the Grandmasters, Pinnacle versus Grand. Actually, we might have to get that one on stream, Chipmunk. We got to get to it. Pinnacle Grandmasters on Monday.
I think Pinnacle Grandmasters.
What you gotta do? You gotta put up stream voting for that.
We do have to get stream voting up. That is true.
All right, Austin. I'm gonna give you a minute and a half here. Do your All-Star spiel.
All right, I'll do my All-Star spiel quick, and then I'll go type up the voting quick if I can. But yeah, taking a look at the All-Star voting. Obviously, we got All-Star voting and our charity stream. If you guys didn't hear about that, you got to check the Discord. We're having a 12-hour charity stream. It's gonna be super exciting. I'm happy to do it. We could always use some ideas. So if you guys got ideas, let us know either in the chat or if you're the donor, throw it in the donor section. I always read that for good ideas about the charity stream. But 12-hour charity stream next Saturday for All-Star Night, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern, going until about 10 p.m. Eastern, and we're gonna have all of the All-Star matches, and yeah, kind of describing the night for you guys. The entire stream is gonna be a charity stream, so any money donated, any Twitch subs, all revenue is going to a charity of your guys' choice. You guys can vote in survey. There are a couple of good charities there that you guys can pick through, and the top 2 charities will get represented by the West or the East. I'll decide. I'll probably randomize it, who gets the West, who gets the East. But those conferences will be representing a certain charity. And then for the All-Star Night, the East is going to play the West, and whoever wins the most matches, so including the GM Showdown and the 5 All-Star games, those teams. That's how we're going to determine the split of the money. So, for example, if the East wins 3 of the games and the West wins 3 of the games, we'll split the money 50-50 between those 2 charities. So these conferences are fighting for their charities, trying to get some money donated to a good cause. The whole stream will be super hyped, 12 hours. So, mark it on your calendars. I'm going to be streaming the whole thing, so it's going to be crazy. Make sure you guys go get your votes in survey as well. There are a lot of good charities in there that we can raise some good money for. So definitely get those votes in. And yeah, if you guys have any ideas of what you want to see us do on the charity stream, I've got a couple ideas. But if you have any, let us know, and we'll do that. And also make sure to get those All-Star votes in. I'm going to toss the link in the chat for you guys. But make sure you get those All-Star votes in because the All-Star voting is live now. This All-Star voting is going to end on Wednesday night at midnight. midnight Eastern, and then we're gonna do a special short stream on Thursday, kind of talking through the All-Star selections and whatnot. So
That's news to me, but yeah, let's go for it.
it's news at Chipmunk, but I think I wrote that down on there somewhere.
A Thursday stream, yeah.
Thursday stream.
Busy.
If anything, I was gonna be able to handle it anyways. So, but yeah, go vote for All Stars. Be ready for next Saturday, 12-hour charity stream. It should be exciting. Hopefully, we can get a lot of people out there, raise some money for some good causes. Yeah, I think that's the spiel. So I think we're going to be taking a short break. We're going to come back with another great matchup. We got Drakes taking on Flame coming up next year. Can the Drakes clinch a playoff spot? We're going to have to find out. They're looking to go 10-0 and clinch a spot, but Flame looking for the upset. So we're going to have to see. We're going to be back in a couple minutes, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.